I think we're live. Is everybody there? Can you see and hear me okay? Let me know in the chat. We'll do a couple of hellos. I've started a little bit early, but I think to get a couple of intros out the way, we can start. So we've got Stella Kitsu, who says, hello there. Hello. Minecraft Transformer says, hey guys. That kind of artistic kid says, hey guys as well. Tegan says, hello. Chat's moving a bit too fast for me there. Omega Prime says, I have a good storyline, I hope you consider it. Yeah, put the storyline in the chat or in the comments and I can have a look at it and see if it's something we can work with a little bit. Or save it for a community redraw if one of those fit in. But yeah. Hi Justin, how's it going? Red Knight says, hi, the Knight in Red is here. Hello, welcome to the day's stream. Justin's playing Pokemon Violet in the background to catch up. That's cool. If any of you... Do any of you guys follow Jazza? Because he's just released a video which was taking the Gen 1 Pokemon through this kind of like link he's done and changing the types, which I thought could be quite fun for a video. If you guys are interested in seeing me either create my own custom Pokemon, or if you're interested in seeing kind of like what happens or what you can do with the that custom Pokemon, change the types around or something. You follow the other one too. Is that his daily vlog or is that his insert art? Because the new artist guy they've got on there who did that fire version of Onyx, that was awesome. Red Knight says, maybe for the next redraw video you'll go with Dr. Virus. Cool. The redraw for this month is on Friday, so we will find out what happens and who's been selected then. And we'll also find out what the theme is for the first redraw in January, although you'll have a little bit more time, hopefully, before that one. Ben says, make a Halloween Power Rangers like how Popcross did with the Christmas Power Rangers by fusing horror movie characters with Power Rangers. Possibly, I've definitely put that on the list. There are a few things that I'd like to do with Power Rangers in future on a few things. I also want to do... I watched Sonic Prime actually on Netflix, and I got inspired with the genre swaps from the actual series. So I'm quite interested in doing something like that on a series with some characters as well. Red Knight says, so what day is the redraw video? That is Friday, so that is the 23rd of December, 10 PM. Between 10 and 11 PM UK time, so that's GMT, it will be released. I have been burning the candles both end on that to get all the story sorted and the artwork in time. Hopefully it will happen as smoothly as I like. It's going to be longer than normal, but be sure to make sure you catch every single bit of the story, because there's a few little bits in there for people's kind of like the backdrops of their characters and that, and a bit more into the narrators to set them up for the new year. Galahound 19, hello and Merry Christmas to you. And you also ask, hey, have you heard about that new anime reincarnated as a sword? It's pretty cool. Oh, is that based on the manga, that evolution of a killing sword or whatever it is? Because the manga's quite cool, it seems quite interesting, but I don't know if that's it. You never finished the first few seconds of the first episode. That's fine. I'm on about this community redraw. Just make sure you watch it all the way through, because the narrators kind of have some more information about them. Yes, Ben, like a variety episode I will be planning to do at some point with different genres. Real quite cool. Mega Prime, that's quite interesting. Robotic Artist 27, howdy to you too. How many submissions I'm using for the redraw? I'll let you know. There is more than what I normally do, as it's Christmas. But that's all I'm telling. It is definitely a longer video, and I have had to rack my brains thoroughly to be able to get the time to do this, but I'm determined to get the amount that I'm writing out in. Very tough to choose them, extremely tough, but the ones that are in there are the ones that kind of best fit with the story. The recap video on it. Are you on about my multiverse story arc? Because that's all about the 1 to 20 episode video, that 3-hour long one. Because that one's about a different story arc. That's not got our narrators. That's actually about Marvel and DC characters and characters across the multiverse being venomized for this epic battle, which still got to do some more on, actually. Thinking about that. Finn, I still think the Diamondhead Kaiju looks like he's vomiting. He does, but once I actually finish adding them like lava texture to it, hopefully it'll look a bit better. It's kind of supposed to be drooling the lava out, but we'll see what happens. That's not a problem, robotic artists. Stay as long as you can do on the stream. I appreciate it, but if you've got to dip in and out, then that's not a problem. Justin asks, have I watched the Zombieland saga? I've heard of it. I'm not sure if I've watched it or not. It's one of those ones where if I have, it would have been a while back. Ronald Cornelius III, hi and welcome to the stream. Oh, okay, no worries, Justin. I thought you were on about what we're talking about. That's cool. And Red Knight says, I will be back. Okay, so apologies. Still got a bit of a cough from that cold bug that went around. So I'll try to keep the coughing down. Is the music at a good enough level? Do we need to turn it up a bit, or is it okay where it is? Let me know, and let me know if the audio is good. And we will start with the rest of this illustration. So I think for this one, if we point this down to the actual bit here for a little bit, and you can see the process. So where did we get to last time? I think we got to the flats were basically done with all of the nice colours to merge in, and we were going to start working on the bits over the top. Yes, Venomized Toothless. Chris Tarrant, the Diamond Defender. Hopefully I said that right, because I know you put the punctuation in last time, or the phonetics, how to spell it. But yeah. Tegan, video idea. What if you do My Hero Academia characters as SCPs? That's kind of the superhero one for SCPs, and I plan to put some My Hero Academia characters into that. But I am open to doing a villain as SCP series as well, kind of on that. Red Knight, I have seen Sword Guy the animation. Yes, it's really good. And I have heard of Skeleton Knight and watched some of it as well, Galahound, which is quite good. Sorry, it's Chris T. Rent. The Chris T. Rent. The Diamond Defender. Nice. Okay, so let's get into this. We're going to look at doing... Let's see, I've got that, I've got that. We've got this light section here. So perhaps I'll just make a new layer and we'll start working with our normal way of doing things for this and paint it in a bit later. So let's get this ready to be used for what we need to do. In fact, while we're here, I just want to make sure I've put airplane mode on so I don't get any interruptions. Last thing I want is a notification coming up in the middle of the stream. Right, so that's good. Airbrush, which is good. We're on the right layer. So let's get started. Question for you guys, actually. So, question for you guys. I'm looking to start the new year off. I'm going to be doing a live stream probably throughout most of a day on the first week in January. I've booked that off work, so I have the time to actually do that. My question for you guys, though, is would you like some more tutorial-based content on the site? So if I do something in a stream or on a video, would you like me to do a series about the process and how I use Procreate and what I actually do, if you guys are interested in that. Just thinking of ways I can take what you guys are watching and actually use it to help you with your art and stuff, if that's what you're interested in. Ben says fuse Lego, I think that's supposed to be Chimera or Lego Chimera with Five Nights at Freddy animatronics. Also, are you going to draw Demonica for tomorrow? Demonica is actually going to be in the community redraw as a drawing that happens in there. I do have to say I was planning to originally use the Krampus character and draw it, but I run out of time to do Demonica, so she takes priority, which means Krampus will kind of be like a unknown character, but it's not too bad. The Krampus character doesn't have much of a... It has an influence, but it doesn't have much of a presence in the story. Venomous, that didn't come off me, but I will attempt to say that at another time, because I will obviously make that go terrible. Galaho19 says, how about turning Five Nights at Freddy characters in SCP like as zombie animals or monsters or something? Possibly. Red Knight's up for it, in terms of the tutorial or the helpful bit. Cool, I think everybody kind of likes that idea, which is quite good. But no, the Krampus character doesn't have much of a heavy role. It's got, to be honest, it's a few lines, and it's more focusing on the submitted characters and the narrator's story. So I've kind of fleshed that out. Where possible, I've used as much of the background information as I can do, but at the same time, I do need to be realistic with the time scales, really. I need to merge this down, actually. Just while I think about this. Merge down. Merge down. Sorry, I just need to merge all these down, otherwise I'm not going to be able to have a proper clipping mask over everything for these. Mainly because with a clipping mask, I'll do a bit of explaining. A clipping mask allows me to use another layer over the top and to actually not go outside the lines, whereas an alpha mask literally works just on that layer. Main difference is with a clipping mask, you could scale it up and still be within your artwork. Galahow19 says, hey, why not put community redraw suggestions on the community polls for subscribers to vote on? Are you on about the theme of the redraws, or who's going to get selected each month? Because I think if you're on about the theme of it, that's quite a cool idea, and I will do that with a couple, and we'll see what happens on that. Justin says, how about swapping the Scarlet and Violet legendaries? And also, I can't wait to find out what Dempsey's anti-style is. Fair enough. Ben, I'm not falling for it this early. And Omega, are you okay with the idea of the four leaders from chat? I think that's maybe another conversation. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's get back into more of this, because we want to get some of these shinier. I say shinier, we want to get some of this more depth for this crystal in. I do have to say, it's quite cool to see, I don't know if you guys have seen it, I expect most of you follow, as always, Popcross, but the latest community post with the Diamondhead dragon that it looks like it's going to be for the teaser of Variety episode for Friday, which looks really cool. I think Venomous Toothless is, yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, it does look quite cool. I did put a post on there saying that I'm doing this one, finishing this one off tonight, but I think it'll be quite awesome, and I'm really looking forward to see what he's done for the actual design, to be honest. Not sure who's ever suggested it on the channel for him to do it as dragons, but it's really cool. I know that's one I haven't done as a dragon on my Ben 10 series. Maybe I should do it at some point, but obviously I also don't want to be influenced too much, so I'll do it a bit later on from when he's actually done it. Otherwise I could get influenced by what I've seen, which I don't want to do. Ben says, I can't wait to find out what the theme for January's redraw. Yeah, I'm torn between two actually, but I'm not going to put up for a community post this time. I'm going to actually see what happens with a random selector on it for this one. In fact, yeah, I'm torn between what I've got up planned and what I might actually do just because it's January, though it would be quite cool. Some of you guys had suggested that you want to see, which is good. Justin, I haven't seen the new Spider-Verse trailer actually. I would like to see it at some point. I guess I'll have to hunt it down later on. I've been so focused on getting the redraw done. As I say, I've been burning the midnight candle. I basically didn't go to sleep until about 2-3 AM yesterday doing a load of artwork for the redraw and story writing, and I've still got a couple more to finish drawing and some more of the story to actually flesh out. I reckon it's probably going to be near 30 minutes long, this redraw video. But it could be longer. I've got no idea. So I have picked more characters as usual, but I'm not going to say how many. So it's not too bad. So it's definitely going to be one of the longer redraw videos I've ever done on the channel with more artwork. I don't know how long it's even going to take me to record the lore, to be honest, or the script for it. Once I finished it, I plan to do that. Hoping to finish it probably within an hour after the stream. I did show a small preview of it to a very trusted supporter of the channel, and it wasn't even halfway through done, and they were just like, oh my god. It's like, yes, it's long. Yeah, Ben, that Krampus was very cool. I do want to do a Krampus character at some point. It's just I feel Demonica Darkstorm needs to be in the story drawn, as the other narrators have been drawn, and I haven't had a chance to add her to the story. I haven't been able to do what I originally planned to do for the redraw as a little bit extra, because she hasn't been drawn yet, but that's not going to cause too much of a problem with what's happening. I just need to make sure I've got the got enough sorted with images of characters and stuff to do. But I reckon it's going to take me almost a day to edit it, at least. Justin says that Dempsey makes his own fake one region. Possibly. I do have a few things planned over the Christmas period. Just some hanging out things and that. Oh, yeah, that's a point. I'll give you guys a heads up. It will be in the community redraw video. Next week... so the first week after Christmas, there's not going to be a normal Monday and Friday video due to family commitments, but I will look to do a live stream, possibly 2, and then the first week back after New Year, it will start with a live stream, and by the end of that week we'll have a normal video and it picking back up to normal. obviously because it's family, then family commitments and stuff, they do take priority, and a little bit of rest and relaxation isn't going to hurt everybody. Which is why I wanted the community redraw to be done before Christmas for everybody. I'm assuming Red Knight just said to me, talking about make sure I don't burn myself out. I won't. I'm literally getting the redraw sorted and then taking a nice, I say a bit of a rest, but I'm basically going to be working tomorrow, sort the redraw, and then after that point, it's the Christmas weekend and it's time to chill. At least for the starting part of it, which would be quite cool. Venomized Toothless says, here's an idea. Urban legends like Mothman and the Jersey Devil as superheroes in My Hero Academia. That is quite a good idea, actually. And Benjamin Neal says, maybe Christmas characters fused with subscribers characters. Actually, I might keep that for one for next year. That'd be awesome. Justin says, Krampus is secretly Demonicus X, but Nexum doesn't know about it because he doesn't believe Krampus exists. Yeah, no, that's not too bad. I have to say, speaking of Nexum, the amount of people that want to bat their characters to battle him, it's unreal. So I've kind of picked a couple, and then I've kind of made it so that other characters will be fitted against other ones, just to flesh the story out a bit and to give a bit more of a challenging approach to stuff like Ehrenfold Rainsworth, the Beast Slayer, and that. And it's like, I've got to balance out what's happened, and I think I've done it rather well. But you guys can tell me after the redraw video comes out. Did you know there was a death battle between Asta and Deku? No, I didn't. Is that one of those fan ones that gets put together? Because if it is, I might have to check that out at some point. I do like it when they do death battle type stuff, actually. And the whole what if storyline and that is also quite fun. Got a feeling I might come back to some elements of this and add a bit more to the actual design on here in a little bit, just to keep the emphasis on a few elements, because I do like the way the gems are looking, but when I highlight them I think I might add a bit more of that yellowish green colour we've got on the forearm into it. Would look like quite cool. I'll check that out, Justin. Awesome. Ben says, I've never submitted for a redraw, so I'm hoping to submit for January if both Dempsey and Popcross themes are similar. I don't even know what Popcross is doing for his theme. I can't remember. Because I know, well, he hasn't done his January, that's the point, he hasn't done his redraw video, has he, yet? He did the Christmas one a month early, which is what's confusing me. So I don't know what this one is, but yeah. Hello Matthew, welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us, and how's your day been going? Or, yeah, I'll say day, because I don't know where everybody is, so it could be morning, midnight. Subscriber provided. Oh, that's it. That's right. Yes, is that for this month's one? I did think about doing that. He did have some suggestions, but he also wanted some people to come up with stuff that was they're in this universe, but they're separate to the other universes in a sense. So it's kind of like part of his multiverse for it, if I remember. Thanks for the reminder, though, Venomized Toothless. Definitely one that I was interested in doing. I just don't know if I'll get around to it. I've got also got to do a shout out at the end of the redraw video. A thank you to a few people. Just because of that time of year where you're grateful for everybody's support on that. And you've got to thank those that make things possible. Also, looking back on the chat, Red Knight, I think the issue we had before with your OCs not in any of the other redraws is there's an issue with me actually receiving them. But I think we've sorted that now, by the looks of things. So, hopefully for the ones going forwards, I will get your submissions and then they'll get put in the chance to be selected. I like to make sure everyone has a fair chance, so I usually go through a process where I will pick well, you guys probably already know it, I've said it a few times, but for anyone new here, when I do the community redraw, I will pick a design or two, one from email and one from the Discord, and I will start fleshing the story out with them in mind to what I'm actually planning for the redraw. Once that's been done, we then look at the submissions every now and again, but I don't actually go into detail with any other submissions. I wait until after the submission deadline and I will pick a couple, and depending how many I'm going to do, I will pick a couple and the rest will be done from a random generator now, unless there's a design or a bit of story that I think, or a concept that's I must do that's amazing. So yeah, so it's basically that. Everybody's got a chance to, but also bear in mind, if you're picked for a redraw, to be fair to everybody else, even though you do have a chance to get into the next one, other people will get a priority over you, just to make it fair, because otherwise we could end up with the same ones being picked all the time, or something on the random generator and it's a bit unfair if people don't get a fair chance. That being said, everyone's had an ample fair chance on this one. I think we had around 20 or so submissions, which is quite good. Crazy for a Day says, apologies for being late, but hello, and it's not a problem. As long as you join the stream, then yeah, join the stream. And it's glad to have you here. I think for this kaiju design, I want to do this in more sections. So what I'll do is I'll do the Diamondhead Kaiju as I would do with these sections, and then we'll start refining things a bit later, because the whole point with the diamonds is there's more of a kind of reflective type surface on it to a degree, depending on the angle. So you get these. Anything with gemstone tends to have extra highlighted angles on the shapes, the more shiny they are for the shadows, and then you kind of want to build it up over that, so you kind of get this whole design that works. I have to say, this is probably, along with the Ripjaws Kaiju, this one has definitely got to be one of my favourite ones that we've done so far. I just think somehow this came together really nicely. That's the point, Minecraft Transformers. You say you're a Decepticon a Decepticon combiner, Bruticus at Omega Prime. If any of you guys haven't done it already, check out Minecraft Transformers channel. They do some amazing Transformer builds in Minecraft. I mean, the detail of them, as well as the size, is absolutely insane and awesome. So after the stream, be sure to check it out. Minecraft Transformers, if anyone's on Discord, you'll see a load of videos in the advertisements channel. But yeah, check it out, and if you haven't, show some support, because they are absolutely insanely awesome, and I have to say, they are a million times better than anything I can do in Minecraft. That's not a problem, Minecraft Transformers. I always give credit where credit's due, and you put a lot of effort into them. I know that for a fact just by looking at the builds and the videos when I get a chance to do it that you do. Oh, I'm very happy this week. I've had a Christmas milestone come early on the channel. So we're one step closer to where we want to be by the start of May, which is absolutely awesome. Also, I've seen some of the comments, but what do you guys think of the SCP superheroes? I know Galhound wanted to see more monstrous designs, and there will be some more monstrous designs in future. It was kind of difficult to choose between going more of the superheroes being monsters or their powers being with conditions. So for the first one, I wanted to do more of a... I guess I played it safe a bit. I did their sort of like equipment or something, gave them the powers and then could alter them so I could draw the original characters. But I think on a future one, depending which character I do, I will definitely be turning them into some kind of monster. Like Killer Croc is basically the hard to kill reptile, but in a much more humanoid form, in a sense. So that would be quite a cool story to flesh out a bit more. Yeah, just wondered what people thought in general of it. It seemed to have gone down really well from what I can tell so far. But would you like me to make an actual series out of that one? And I'll check the chat in a second, guys. I just want to get some of these other bits of detail down. Ben says it was okay. It's kind of good from Stella. Okay, maybe a Lego Chimer? Lego Chimer? Am I pronouncing that right? Is it Chima? A Lego Chima? Lego Chimer? I might be pronouncing it wrong, but I'll definitely look into that for a potential future video if you guys are interested in it. I also want some really wacky ideas for a video. I memean, literally crazy, like the weirdest fusion combination you can think of. Something that I can do a ridiculous video around. And the more daft the suggestion, the better it'll be. Lego Chima. Okay. Thank you for that, Ben. I know this is a bit of a generic shadow on here, but I'll add lots of details when I get into it in a minute. Stella's got a suggestion for mech armors. PBS kids cartoons into anime. Red Knight says, Dempsey, they want to sacrifice me. It makes a change from it being that kind of artistic kid, to be honest. And I thought you said you were demon. You had demons in you. You couldn't be killed or sacrificed, so you should be perfectly fine there, Red Knight. But yeah, guys, be nice in chat. Don't sacrifice everybody. We need some people to watch the channel. Ooh, there's some interesting ideas on this. Omega Prime, that would be absolutely crazy. Fusing this kaiju with a xenomorph. That, yeah, that's an absolutely insane idea. I kind of like it. Yeah, so what I'm planning to do then, for anyone who's just joined into the channel, is while we're working on our Ben 10 Kaiju, with Diamondhead as a Kaiju, in the new year I will start looking to take some of my live streams and stuff and make it into content that might help you guys out a bit with how to do things in Procreate or how I do my process. So if you want to do something like a similar process, then we can definitely add that to it. I also want to eventually do some more stuff back for you guys, but that only happens as the community builds and grows a little bit. So once I get the ability to kind of like do things back for you guys, I'm more than happy to do that. I mean, I'm even thinking of doing doing some behind the scenes content at some point in the mid to later part of next year. I quite like the idea of just giving back part of it, but also maybe giving a teaser of what's coming up in a video, behind the scenes content at some point. My Hero Academia characters and mythical creatures, that could be quite interesting. Might be able to take some of their existing quirks and just develop them a bit more into some form of mystical thing. That's not a bad idea. Don't worry about the spelling, I got what you meant from it. It's all cool. I'm definitely going to be going through the chat later on and taking all these ideas out and adding to the list for next year, because there's some awesome ones. I will also be doing a second SCPs as superheroes as SCPs episode coming up towards the towards the start of the year, within the first few bits in January. And I will be doing one that's been highly requested, another Phobias as Dragons. We do have the cookie jar one going in there, and potentially claustrophobia, but I need a few more suggestions. So I've had tons before, but as many phobia suggestions that we haven't done as possible would be awesome. They're definitely some series that I've been promising for a while that I haven't actually done. Fear of spiders, fear of mirrors. Nice. Stella's got a planetary holiday business starting. Kind of trying to figure the best bits for the... I'm hoping they're looking quite like diamonds or sharp material at the moment. That's quite an interesting one, Justin. The fear of peacocks. Definitely have to see what we can come up with for the phobias one. I want to do a couple, potentially some new ones. So I've got a whole list written down somewhere of them that got suggested. The Ben that did the original requests and suggestions from it, and that sent me commented absolutely tons of them, which was quite cool, but at the same time quite daunting when you look at it and think, oh my god, there's that many phobias. But it makes sense. There should be a phobia of everything, really. You name it, there's a phobia. I bet someone's got Dempsey phobia. I know Nexum's got shark phobia. The fear of Benny Sharp. Fear of dinosaurs. Oh, could you imagine if I had Dino Dinoclaw talking about the fear of dinosaurs? Or actually him developing a fear of dinosaurs. Especially since he's got a dinosaur claw in his hand. How brutal would that be? Justin asks a rather interesting question. Out of all the narrators, which one is most likely to argue about hitting each other's cars if they could drive? Dino Dinoclaw. If anybody hit his car, I reckon he would have a meltdown. Which would be quite interesting, actually. Could be quite fun. Demonica and Aaronfold probably wouldn't know what a car is, to be honest, and Nexum would probably be riding in a mech armor. But if they did have cars, I reckon Dino Dinoclaw. Without a doubt, I just got a feeling that he would not be impressed, especially if Nexum hit his car. Could you imagine it? Benny Sharp as a dragon. I'm assuming that's Benny Sharp that you're on about there. Red Knight, but that'd be quite interesting. Just so you guys are aware, this won't be finished when I've done my usual highlights. I'm going to be adding more details to the base illustration underneath, but I want to get this lighting done first to actually get near the end of where the final piece will look. It's quite I suppose I've got a few ideas of things that I was coming up with the other day, jotting them down. Some existing on the channel, some not existing on the channel already, which is quite interesting. Let's just try and remember a few. Obviously Christmas isn't going to be until next year again now, so I'm not really going to do Christmas characters. Just because it's kind of seasonal. I probably could do some going into January, but I would probably prefer to do more coming up to Christmas. Might do some kind of weird Valentine's Day one. I do want to do more Pokemon as Helmon characters. I'm not sure if I should make that into an actual series or just do them on the live streams, because they're quite fun. Which should be quite good for the channel. I suppose the next question is there anything particular people have like really wanted to see, or any series that I started that I haven't finished yet, or something? I know My Hero Academia Zombies went down pretty well. Crazy for a Day, that Fear of Robots one is quite an interesting one. That would be quite good, actually. I want interesting ones where I can have some fun with the designs of the dragon. So maybe a robotic dragon would be quite cool. Also, a heads up for those who like to know if I have a twist in my community redraw. This one doesn't have a twist on what's happening so much, so the characters are pretty much as is, just redrawn in my style. I will kindly give that away as an early Christmas present, because I want people to you know, I wanted to celebrate people's kind of like designs and stuff, and pay some homage to the effort people have taken into it. But I do have some things planned. Like I say, I've got a few things planned for the next year, for the redraws, the growth of the channel and everything, just to really try and say that, you know, thanks to you guys for the support and build it up. I kind of plan to work smarter, not harder, as the phrase goes. What's it that's coming out I wanted to do something with? I'm thinking of doing something Wednesday Addams related at some point. It could just be one of those portrait sketches I keep saying that I might be doing on the channel at some point, or I might be trying out. So I do want to do some more painterly portraits of characters to develop this kind of like painting skill, so that when it comes to the live stream like this, when we say a painting style, it's a bit more of a painting style and a fusion between what I've got. I'm trying to merge the styles in, really. So we've got, you can tell it's kind of like a comic art, but the underground, the base layer of it's kind of more textured than that, to give this more of a pop to the illustration. Gopher Dude, welcome. Glad you could join the stream. You haven't been about for a while. And also, Oh yeah, hi Gopher Dude. Yes, the redraw is in 2 days, and I am burning the midnight oil, so to speak, on the redraw to get everything done by, because I have oh so foolishly decided to accomplish more in this redraw than I've done in all the redraws combined. It feels like. So a lot of effort has gone into this for you guys. Wednesday Addams in the rubber hose art style. That would be absolutely insane. I would like to do a more... I don't know, there's a few styles I've seen out there that I want to try, but I do want to do a more painting style of like Wednesday Addams with Thing on her shoulder or something. Just... I love doing all this comic art style stuff, and it's what's built the channel and got you guys in, and I will continue it without a doubt. But I also want to delve into a couple of these painting ones that we do from time to time, even if I just do it as short little music only videos or the odd live stream here and there. That's kind of like a bit extra. I just want to learn some new skills with digital art and bring them into what we've got to improve everything, because as much as I love this style, I also want to differentiate and find a bit of my own style. I know it's very similar to a lot out there and very similar to pop crosses in a lot of senses because of the techniques, but I also want to kind of... You need to progress and develop, and I'm learning so much about just from wanting to do that kind of like color theory in digital painting. I'm learning so much about ways of lighting elements when you color them, going in for stuff like the whites on an illustration to make them look a bit more realistic or settle a bit better. You don't actually use a pure white, you use an off-white color, for example. Nice little pro art tip. You've missed one stream, it hasn't been a while. Go for dude, one stream is an eternity in the YouTube universe. Graceful Day says I could do an Five Nights at Freddy's video because they're going to make a... Wait, they're going to make a movie for it? That's quite cool. Yeah, I probably will do something. I have been wanting to do some Five Nights at Freddy's, and as I've said in a community post, to make people who may not like that type of content aware, there will be a Five Nights at Freddy video coming in 2023. By all means, feel free to watch it if you want. If you don't, then that's entirely your choice, but I tend to try and cater for everybody on the channel, which also makes it a little bit difficult at times. But if anybody saw Popcross's latest video, or the end of it, where he was talking about he did a link to what criteria make a suggestion get caught. Follow that for any suggestions for my channel as well, because it is basically the same concept for criteria to get a suggestion picked. Is usually I want to do it. It's fun and interesting. I think the majority of you guys will enjoy it and do a short, simple pitch to it. Like some of these ideas, like My Hero Academia characters SCPs, or some of the other ones you've done earlier, are really awesome ideas. And to get them in with a chance, you got to keep it short, snappy, and simple, but at the same time, make it fun and exciting. Because sometimes the wacky ones are the best ones, but also it's kind of good to get something that you might think will go for everybody, rather than just a one-off specific one. There we go. I can't say the word specific tonight. Then a one-off specific idea, unless it's a redraw, obviously, because those can be kind of be singular in a sense. But But yeah, the main concept is keep it simple and do a decent pitch. And then if you keep commenting your ideas, great. I can't guarantee it'll get done anytime soon, but if you keep reminding me of them, they get a higher chance too. Go for Dudes ask, what's the plan for the redraw? Do you mean this Friday's redraw? So what is the plan for the redraw? If you're on about this Friday's redraw, the plan is basically I will be scheduling it and it'll be coming out as normal. I may premiere it, I don't know, depends on the time. Actually, I probably will premiere it. I think I premiere it for you guys to actually go through and give the actual the ones who submitted the extra credit they deserve, being Christmas. Go for Dude. I reckon we're going to probably hit half an hour on this redraw, easy. So everybody, make sure you got half an hour free if you're going to watch it as a premiere when it first comes out, because that's going to be interesting. I also kind of need to make sure it doesn't fall exactly the same time as Pop Crosses. So his will probably be about 10:15, 5:15 Eastern time. So if I can get it done early, I will. But other than that, I'll have to do it my usual time. Just a bit of competitiveness there. No, I want people to watch it who want to watch it, basically. But yeah, the plan is basically to have that come out. I have more characters in it than normal. I am going to do my best to do what I mentioned to you, Go for Dude, for it. In the mod chat, please do not mention it on here, but you know what I'm talking about. Same for That Kind of Artistic Kid if you're still here. Please do not mention what it is, because it's kind of a spoiler for everybody else. And the plan is basically to get the redraw done. I am scripting the last of it tonight, or in the morning by the time we finish this. Go for Dude. There's more than there is potentially. I'm doing more drawings than normal, so yes, 6 drawings is a correct statement. I will not say how many more yet, but there is a correct statement in 6 drawings. I'm not really sure how to answer that any better. I will not give it an exact number. Not to spoil it, but there are a fair amount of work's gone into the story and the artwork for this one, to balance it all out. I feel I need to tone that down just a little bit. There. That's better. But yeah, Go for Dude. I'm literally I'm writing the lore for what you reminded me about, that I did promise to be into this redraw. No spoilers for anybody else, but Go for Dude is well aware of this, being a mod on my Discord, and the fact that this is something I had promised Go for Dude way back, because I didn't get a chance to do something which was really awesome in an earlier redraw, and I promised that I would do this in this redraw. All credit to Go for Dude for this bit. You know, I'll give credit out in the redraw, but it was completely their suggestion, and it was really cool, so I have to do it. Like I say, if it's really cool, I will find a way to get them into the storylines. Not a special perk or bonus for anybody. It was a promise, and I keep my promises. Which is quite cool. Go for dude. That was savage. How are we doing on the view to like ratio, guys? Just out of curiosity. If you're in here and you haven't already liked the stream, or you've just joined and you haven't liked the stream and you're enjoying it, please do smash the like. It does help share the video out or the live stream out with YouTube and helps the channel out, and it lets me know you guys are enjoying this type of content or stream, so that I can tailor these a bit more appropriately for you guys for what you enjoy. Really need to make sure it's going nicely. Even if you're just in the stream enjoying people just trying to sacrifice each other and just watch it, it's like awesome. Nice. Thanks, Ben. 13 likes. Awesome. I do have to say, I am trying to find the balance between live streams and normal videos with the lore and the story, which is what I plan to do over 2023, is kind of like balance this out a bit more. So there may be one live stream or 2 live streams a month, but the majority will be the stories going in, because this is what everybody likes on the channel more. But at the same time, I kind of just want to... I have a few channel milestones I'm aiming to hit early next year, and if we can hit them, then it'll be a massive achievement thanks to you guys, and it will kind of like be awesome for what I've got planned going forwards. As I say, I want to kind of like give back to you guys more, but unfortunately the only downside is I need to unlock features on YouTube, as well as plan a few things out a bit more in 2023, so that it's more fun and enjoyable. Which is why I said also about doing the how to draw in the style and colour theory and some stuff, some basic videos that you like. Tegan, yes, we remember your character from the last stream, where we all helped you with names. That was actually quite fun doing that in the stream, if I've got to say. Yeah, if you're new to the stream as well, guys, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, and I'll try and answer them as best I can, whether it's advice, tips, or in general suggestions for stuff for the channel. Happy to help out with the community and anybody watching the stream while we just chill doing this illustration and hang out having a rather interestingly good time. Yeah, go for dude. It's going to be interesting. The other thing that I've got to do is I still haven't nailed the voice properly. So I will apologise now to you, Go for dude. I haven't nailed the voice as well as I'd like to have, because I've been poorly, but I'll give it my best go. Sorry guys, I'm kind of giving it away. You in a sense that like everybody's going to be like, wait, what? Please help me. Tegan says, what kind of power would Purple Light have? Because I have no idea. No, that's cool. In terms of the power for the Purple Light, Tegan, I think you could possibly get away with, well, in the Green Lantern Corps, purple's kind of like, the indigo is kind of like for mercy, so it's kind of like a forgiving power. I think Purple's quite an interesting one because it's kind of like hope and rage. It's kind of why they came up with mercy. Maybe it could be something like I don't know, a royal unique power or something. You know, like a not exactly an overpowered divine one, but depending on your universe or something. Maybe the purple light can have control over something, or it can control people, or it can promote other stuff like character growth and stuff. It's kind of hard to say really without much more knowledge of your universe, but hopefully that kind of gives you an idea. That's quite a cool transform idea, Venomized Toothless. Go for dude. Basically, I don't know how it started, but somehow they were talking about becoming a cult of symbiotes or kaijus or something, and then all of a sudden, Red Knight ended up being sacrificed instead of that kind of artistic kid. I got no idea if that kind of artistic kid's still in the actual chat or not, but yeah, so that's kind of what's happened and developed in a sense. It's just kind of gone a bit crazy from that, really. I don't think there's much more of an explanation I can give, really, unless anybody else wants to tell Go for Dude what actually happened, because I didn't pay much attention. I started drawing, and then all I know is I've got sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice again on the stream. So, quite interesting on that one. Yeah, Crazy for a Day, you're right. Most colours do get tied in with emotion. And have a look at what purple is for that, which is quite good. It's not a bad idea, actually, saying that. I am quite enjoying this Kaiju series on the live stream, though. I think the next one, I'm going to put a poll out, but I wouldn't mind doing Heat Blast next, or Big Chill, something with like fire or ice or something to make a rather interesting Kaiju design. Because this one's coming out really nicely at the moment. I'm quite liking how the general look and feel of this is. In fact, what do you guys think of the general look and feel of this one at the moment? I think the actual colours now of adding some light and are starting to come through a little bit, which is looking really cool. Just need to check some in a second, guys, then I'll get back to drawing this picture. Nice. Robotic Artist says, I'm liking it. Glad you are. So we can actually get this to show up. It's highlighting. Fenway says, I think. Look, delay. Okay, Robotic Artist 27 says, I'm liking it. Crazy 4D says, a giant big chill Mothra would be dope. Venomous Toothless says, I think it looks good and it looks like it has obsidian armor. It does kind of look like a bit of an obsidian armor, doesn't it? Which is quite cool. I kind of like took that, I think it's Alien Force you guys run about with the costume and started doing that. I do know I have to make some things darker on here as we go along. There's some of these shadows in here I want to actually make a lot darker, which will be quite cool. It's worth making a will be adding a lot more detail to this a bit later. But these will kind of have a bit of a glow to them for now. Just to remind me they need to light up. I'm guessing I put a poll out, potentially Big Chill and Heat Blast then, and I'll probably find one more to do. Open to suggestions on the video or on any of the community posts, like the community post about this stream. Happy for you guys to put a comment on there of suggestions of Ben 10 aliens you want to do. As I say, I am doing a whole series of these, so I will be doing as many as possible to build this into like a massive collection. Go for dude. Yes, you do. You have to get everybody pizza. So you got to find a way to do that. I'm not helping out on that one. I stated that in other streams. I am not responsible. If you were to win, you'd have to get everybody pizza because that's what you promised them. And Loki won. So you and Loki owe everybody some pizza. On the copy and paste. Sometimes gesture controls are great, sometimes they give us some random bits in there we don't really want, but that's all part of the fun of doing art live. But I do think at some point I will be taking the general elements from this or a stream, and I'm going to be looking to actually, what's the best way to describe it? I'm going to be looking to actually take the content of what I do on the stream and break it down into tutorials or videos on something. So something like the Ben 10 Kaiju one, where it comes out really well, then it would be a case of here's how you get neat line art as a tip. Here's how you get flats down. Here's how you get this down. Here's what the difference between clipping masks and alpha locks and stuff, so that we can actually work on these a bit more. Go for Dude has asked, who's seen Avatar The Way of Water? I haven't, but I want to. That looks like it's going to be absolutely incredible to watch. I also want to watch the Black Adam movie, which hopefully you'll get a chance over the Christmas break to watch it, which should be quite cool. This will kind of make a bit more sense in a little bit what I'm doing here with this layer of 2 seconds. What I'm doing here with these kind of like darker layers, I'm trying to add a bit more depth to the piece while at the same time keeping the kind of shiny bulkiness that you've got from the diamond-like formations on the character. I think I prefer it on normal. Just lower it down slightly. About there. I'm hoping this is going to start looking a bit more like lava than vomit. Yes, Go for Dude, you were brought up because people said you hadn't been about for a while, so they're kind of wondering where you were. It's not a problem. I said to everybody, you know, family life and stuff, potentially. It's just what happens. Just doing gopher stuff. Yeah, figured as much. Usually this would be the point where I'd load up a reference, but I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of want to just have the fun of the surprise and a bit of what this actually looks like. So I think this might look quite cool in a minute. Now just darken off those rocky bits underneath and add a bit more texture to it, I reckon. Look, it's spewing the top of a cheese pizza. This is not looking as lava and magma as I want. I think I need a bit of orange glow in this as well. Very hard to get quite a decent lava texture, isn't it? From scratch and just... kind of build it up. That'll probably do. I'm not going to go too OTT on it all. These are starting to look a bit more like modern type rocks a little bit from the way this is actually going. Slowly but surely. Might have to learn how to draw lava a bit more efficiently next time. Might need to think about the background environment a bit now. Yeah, glowing eyes add to it on this character. I've missed a whole lot of the chat, so if anybody was saying anything to me, please repeat it in the chat now and just put Dempsey at the start or something so I know. I was focused on getting a lot of this done, so I've kind of missed half of the conversations. I don't think I've missed anything. Go for Dude says, what's Monday's video? Go for Dude. There is no video Monday and Friday next week, and there'll be no video for the Monday afterwards. There will be a live stream next week and a live stream possibly the Monday or the Tuesday. But that first week in January, I booked it off work to work on the YouTube channel. So there will be some live streams, and there will be the first video going out on Friday the 6th of January is the first video again, hitting the ball running. There will be some live streams in between for that, but the community redraw is our last kind of like video before New Year that's happening. This is why I put so much extra effort into it for you guys. But I will be looking to try and get into kind of like more of the videos and the balance of it. I put the first week off to basically work on a few video ideas, the lore, the artwork, and get things going, ready for the whole kind of like New Year. Say the whole New Year for the rest of it. But I'm just going to change that colour to that. I'm going to attempt to try and give a bit of a rocky terrain. Let's get more darker. Do we do it? I know what I'll do. I won't bother rocket terrain. I will try this technique out. Thanks, Minecraft Transformers. I am working on the background at the moment, but yeah, I'm glad you think the actual kaiju itself looks epic. I want to kind of get a few. Anybody remembers the Shadow and Darth Maul fusion? Our Shadow Street Maul will kind of know what I'm planning to do on this. I do have a weird, wacky plan for this, by the way, guys. YouTube are liking their adverts a lot at the moment, aren't they? what are we thinking so far of this kaiju in background? It's not finished yet, but I'm kind of just giving it more of a bit of an explosive energy background, trying to just figure out something to work with basically on this, just to a bit more of a feel. I need to merge a few layers down in a minute and do something else, but I'm just working with the main bulk of the kaiju. Now I need to go on that layer there, a clipping mask. Kinda need a colour from here, but what colour do we do? I think that red might work. Do we want to add a rim light? No, maybe we should just leave it here without the rim light. What do you reckon? Do we leave it how it is, or do we attempt to rim light? I'm not sure about the rim light colour on it though. It might not work quite as nice as we want it to, whereas this has got quite a nice... I suppose I could look to potentially what I have done in the past. Nope, don't want that one. Wrong brush. Light pen, white colour. I think it might lose some of it in there unless I'm very specific with where I want the white bits to be. It's probably not going to work the way I want it to. Yeah, I think you guys are right. I think that's what we should leave this one as. So this is our finished Diamondhead Kaiju, which I think looks awesome actually. I think that's come out really nicely. I think the only other thing I might want to do, just to check, it's not really to do anything major, I just want to add a touch more blue into it, just on this blue bit, just to bring those bits forwards a bit. Yeah, I think this is our one done, so I'm going to save an image, so we've got that. Come back to the gallery, and that's our, I can't pronounce it, but you know which one it is. So far in our series we have our Forearms Kaiju, which I don't think we ever came up with a name for it. The one that started it all off, which was our Ripjaws Kaiju, which looked quite cool. And our... yeah, it just... you could just tell the difference, can't you, already? Seriously, I mean... the painting style added on to the other style really makes it pop. I think this is probably our best Kaiju. Well, it is our best Kaiju, but it's one of our best ones so far. We only went for about an hour 40 on that, so maybe maybe we should draw something else while we're here. Or start something else. Possibly, or do we call it this and then we've got Echo next, we've got Heat Blast is also on the list. Which is quite cool. Just trying to think what we can actually do for this one, because this looks awesome so far. What we need to do next? Justin says, how did I get into Ben 10? I got into Ben 10 basically watching it on Cartoon Network. When it first aired, the original series, I just ended up watching it. Poll for the next kaiju. I would have to do that on the actual community tab rather than in here. Potentially, but I could do a poll for the next one if you give me a second. Actually, I'll tell you what. I will do the poll later for that because of the simple fact I want to add some images, because image polls go really well, so I'll put an image of each of them. So put your suggestions in the chat now for which ones to do. Put your names down. I'll pick 4 of them. Echo, Heat Blast and Big Chill, and we need one more. I'll make a note of these as well. Have I got that bit to write in or not? 2 seconds, guys. I'm just looking for something to potentially write with. So we've got Echo, Heat Blast, Big Chill, and does Ben have to turn into them? Ben can turn into any alien in his universes, so it could be quite interesting. Go for dude saying upgrade. I know you said about drawing Loki. I might do a quick sketch in a minute, Go for dude. Let's just sort this bit out first, and then we will look to see what we're doing. In terms of what the actual kaiju is, we'll do that differently than just saying like Kangaroo Heat Blast. I'll probably figure something out. Yeah, the Ben 10 in the kaiju universe can turn into any of these kaijus. That's the general gist of it. In fact, I'll see if I can get this any closer to see the actual artwork a bit better, how it's actually drawn. You can see it on screen, but when you actually get to see it properly, it does make a lot of difference. If I can find the camera bit, which is quite cool. So I guess the colours aren't quite as vivid as they are. Well, they're a bit more vivid on here than they are on the screen being shared, but it does look awesome. Hybrid. We'll put a hybrid in it. And Ben does turn into hybrid in breed in the series, so that'll be quite a good one. Should be quite cool. Right, let me get this camera back up to where we want. Right, Go for dude. As I did promise you, I will do a quick sketch for Loki. I'll probably have to pull up Discord for a picture in a minute. 2 seconds, guys. The internet is going a bit, or the machine is going a bit slow now. So it's going to take me a minute or two to load this up. yeah, so we've got our 4 aliens, and I'll create a poll for that. Also got the community redraw that's happening, which is quite cool. 9, I think. How many viewers have we got at the moment? Is it dropped to 9 now that we finished that bit and we're about to draw a cat? Or is it building back up? I mean, I know this is part 2, so we will sort this out to tie in with the first one. Justin, we promised Gopher Dude to draw a sketch of his cat Loki, so I'm going to find a picture and just do a really quick sketch and basic shading. The only difference is I'm not a 2 seconds. I'm not very good at drawing animals, so sorry, just got a cough through there. Oh my god, Discord is taking forever to start. Is there an issue with it, or is I think it may have crashed. Give me a second. Oh, that would be a good one. Alien X. Maybe I should do Ben 10 cut. Oh, that's an awesome idea. Maybe we should do something like Ben 10 Xenomorphs. Hopefully you guys know that the can see that the oh, it's starting, it's taking its time. Give it a second. This is the point where all the memory's being used in the kind of the streaming app and that, and it's just slowing everything down. 9 watching, 15 likes. That's not bad for a second half to finish up a stream. I think a lot jumped out when they saw the Diamondhead Kaiju kind of finished. Ah, come on, Discord. Go for dude. You may not have any luck. I may have to do this at the start of another stream or another one. I'm hoping it's going to load soon. Oh, hang on. It's loading. Awesome. Hopefully the stream's still going fine. You guys can hear me. I know I haven't really moved much in the last few minutes. But yeah, we are going to be doing a quick sketch of the Loki. Right, let's see. There's probably hundreds of these pictures on here, isn't there? Go for dude. Tegan asks a question. So Tegan is asking while we wait for Discord to load. So how do you get plot ideas, aka the point of the story? It's difficult. I think that it's a case of having to think of this message or the moral of the story. So for example, if I'm if you've got a message to convey or a point, you can make it relatable, which works out really well. Which would be quite cool from that point of view. Basically, a lesson to learn is one that's quite a good one. The other one is to think of an experience you've had or something and try and do that. I tend to find that for mine, I've kind of got a few bits of where I want the characters to go, and the plot just develops. And if I'm completely honest, it is developed from the community. I originally wanted a narrator or two and just to do something like a narrator of no purpose on the channel, and in the end we added another and then kind of got them to interact, and once they interacted we'd somehow came up with Loki as the villain on the from the server, and then it just built up from there. Right, let's find Loki. I might not be able to because this iPad won't have that demon sketch on there, so it's going to be tricky to see. Right, now I need to find a picture of Loki. Ironically, there should be hundreds on here, and everybody else's cat seems to be there before. Go for dude. How many cat pictures are on the Discord server? It's like hundreds. I do apologise guys, bear with me, I will be drawing in a minute. In fact, maybe I should do some warm-up sketching. Alright, tell you what, give me a second guys. We're going to lose music for a second. I'm going to have to go into it via, if I've got it on here. Nope, don't have it on that iPad. It's fine, just got to wait a minute for the pictures to load so I can find a decent one. Philippe Alvarez Gomez has put a load of N's in the chat. Just looking for a decent headshot one to use. I've seen one. Philippe, can you please not spam in the chat, otherwise you will end up getting muted, timed out, or whatever the mods decide to do. But yeah. Right, let's see what we've got. I'm even back up into election turf on here. Oh, that's too far high. Right, let's have a look. I'll tell you what, I'll try and do this cute one of him. Seeing as we've done the artwork for just for Philippe who's joined, this is the final version of the Diamondhead Kaiju that we came up with. So we've done this part and we've got the process from earlier on in the stream, but I did promise Go for Dude 88 a while back that I will draw Loki the cat, so I'm going to do what I can do to draw Loki the cat as a quick sketch. So we're going to have a It's a super quickie sketch. I'm really being put to the test because I don't really draw animals very often, so... Who's messaging in Discord? Go for dude. I've got no idea what I'm doing here, by the way. I will apologise if I kind of butcher the general shape of Loki up. I will do my best to rectify it shortly. It's more like a big lion. Bear in mind, this is a super quick sketch, guys. I am nowhere near saying this is anywhere like amazing. I'm just throwing something together rather quickly on here for Go For Do. This is a quick sketch. I promised I'd have a go, and yeah, I don't draw animals very often. Okay, let's separate that. Catch you later, Venomized Toothless. Thanks for joining the stream. It has been fun, and we will definitely make sure Echo Echo is in the list of possibles for the next Kaiju, which will be going out in the community tab probably in a little bit. And yeah, so the reference piece is that one. I don't know if you can see it. It's this kind of like lead down, sleeping and fluffy. So I'm trying to get the general shape of Loki in. But I'm not entirely sure I've got anything right. I mean, this is the rough pencil lines. This is going to look nothing like the actual tufty picture of Loki when I'm done with this. I feel put on the spot here, but never mind. I did a promise and I will keep it. You know, maybe this will go viral. Tell you what, he is one fluffy kitty in this picture. No, the face isn't quite right. They're too high. Also too distorted. Not. Catch you later, Omega Prime. Thanks for joining the stream. Oh, sorry, Ben. I know it's yeah, I don't know what to say really. It's not like I can do about that. Hopefully, I know you're going to miss your cat, but hopefully you're having nice memories of your cat. I do apologise. This was a promise to Go for Doodle from very, very long time ago, so it's one that I kind of have to. I need to keep. I did promise him on the stream when he's back on I would do it, so I need to. Bear in mind, guys, I am using a reference roughly for this, trying to paintery style really quickly for Go for Dude, to keep a promise to one of the guys. So if I ever promise anything in a chat or a live stream, always remind me. Go for Dude's been away for a little bit, but I did promise I would do it, and we did forget in a couple of the streams, so it is basically keeping my word. If you're just joining, we have moved off from Diamondhead Kaiju to Loki the Cat for a quick sketch type thing. So if you want to see the actual Kaiju artwork, then you can might need to go back a bit on the live stream to earlier, probably about 10 minutes ago by the time Discord had loaded. But yeah, just working through this too. Sorry, just working through this to actually try and get some of the some rather quick depth to the actual picture in. This is the hardest thing I've drawn on the channel to date, without a shadow of a doubt. He's only got a little bit of floof on his head. On this picture I've got Go for Dude. And Go for Dude, there is tons of floof on his back. Seriously, I mean, there's just tons of floof on Loki. I mean, it's just literally floofed. Bear in mind, Go for Dude, this is a really quick. This is, I don't know how finalised the product's going to be. I'm just going to do what I can to kind of do a really quick Loki sketch. There's just fluff everywhere on this fur baby. I am no good at drawing cats. I do apologise, Go for Dude. This is definitely outside my normal remit of skill sets. I will apologise Loki, on how you're turning out. Thanks, Give Dude. The brush I'm using is from a Jingle Brushes set that I bought. It's kind of like a painting and a sharp rendering brush to do the kind of like the sharp lines here. I'm just using the normal painting brush to do a painting style, but it's also a bit tricky just to do some of these because it's getting the floof colours in right. This is a hard to draw. As I go through, this is like a quick digital sketch type thing. It's not a full piece, full illustration piece. But hopefully it's coming along not too bad. Thanks guys, I really am not used to drawing or doing digital animals, and this is a completely new style to me, so it's kind of a bit more on the rough paintery style sketch at the moment. Yeah, left-handed. More ambidextrous than left-handed, but yeah. Wow, how do we get a bot attack? Nice going though. Thanks for that, Minecraft Transformers. Eyebrow whiskers. Which ones? Has he got eyebrow whiskers? I can't see them on here. Are they like... Is it like the two weird ones that look like they come down here? Like that. I can't see them on the other side clearly though. I think that's right. Is that right? No. Uh-oh. I need a better picture for his eyebrow whiskers. I can't really see them on this one. About let that go for. Yeah, go for dude. I appreciate there's like 50 million pictures of him, but the only problem is I can't load them all up because the machine's going really slow as it is. I was lucky enough to load up what we've got, to be honest. But that's cool. I'll see what I can do with what we've got currently, to be honest. I say it's quick. Hopefully that's... It could be a young Loki. We'll call it young Loki. I'm taking a bit of creative discretion to just shade this bit out to be like the rest of him. Cool, so we're probably almost done on this one. Just might want to do a... Just want to try something. Oh no! Look, he's gone. I've never done this before, Gopher Dude. I am just taking an attempt at something. What do you think, Go for Dude? A sleeping Loki? Tegan says, how think powers work in the world that Morana is from? Because I might need help with that. Kind of need to know a bit more about the world. I kind of missed half of the conversation if you said it, but hopefully you've got a few ideas to give us and maybe we can help. Do you have any powers that exist in the world themselves? Go for Dude, what do you think of Loki? On a slight sidetrack. Sleepy Baba. Just for a really quick, like, I don't know, 30-minute sketch. Yeah, completely out of my comfort zone. In fact, I need to tidy a little bit up, to be honest. And then just add back the floof. There we go. Go for Dude. What do you reckon? Does that look Loki enough for you? Definitely out of my comfort zone, and yeah, good experience. Do need to work on a few bits to sort out a few sections, but all in all, I think it came out quite nicely. Just get rid of some of these lines where we don't need them. That's better. No worries, Go for Dude. At least you've got Loki on a stream, so the bonus thing in this one is drawing Loki. Haha. Stelka says Dempsey will next and bring the biomech enhanced mech armor in the community redraw. Not in this one. He does have a mech armor, but it won't be in this one. However, I quite like how Loki came out actually. This is quite a nice picture in the end, which is quite cool. Definitely need to work on making the floof more floofy. But yeah, so you've had two pictures this stream, which is quite cool. I do need to shut Discord down so I can actually use my use it now. So got 8 people left, I think, or 7 left of 14 likes. It's not bad. We've been going for 2.5 hours. I think we may call it there. However, we'll answer Tegan's stuff first. So in Tegan's world, she says, once the machine loads up, I will actually be able to show you what she says. But she says, well, how Morana's world works is powers are kind of both feared but welcomed, and the powers are put into color types. Okay, they're welcome and feared. Maybe you've got two categories. Maybe you can have a good version of the power or a bad version, depending on the person. That'd be quite an interesting one. Just trying to think how we would get the powers to work, because maybe if you're using the colours and we're saying base it on emotions for what the powers are, maybe the powers work based on emotions. That could be quite interesting to do that one. I guess it's kind of difficult because we've got bits of what your world is and what those elements are. I guess it's what you feel is most appropriate for how the powers would work. Would it be they work based on emotion and that's a trigger to the power? Could it be it works on something else and that might work on it? But I think we've done 2.5 hours. It's 12:30 here in the UK. Hopefully, Tegan, that's given you some kind of guidance and helping point, and we will catch up on the next one. Oh, hang on. Tegan says, I did have an idea of red lights working like the red lanterns. Yeah, maybe use something similar to what already exists and tweak it a bit for your universe. That'd be quite interesting and quite good to do. But if you've got the idea already, the red lights working like the red lanterns, kind of like with rage and stuff, then maybe there's a key for emotion or some kind of criteria for the power to work. So just because they've got the power doesn't mean they can use it, which would actually give you an interesting story plot, because you wouldn't actually be able to know. You could put them in an experience where they can't use the power when they normally would use it because of something else, which could be quite interesting. Stella says, my planet has absolutely no human life besides me. All areas are territories of the animals that I hunt for food. I rarely get visitors there. Perhaps mostly because I kill the people visiting that's destroying my home. Oh, you're very environmentally friendly on your planet. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to say good night to everybody. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining the stream, and we will have the community redraw on Friday, so be sure to check that one out. Anyway, catch you all in the next one.